Hi everyone, my name is Shawna Rose from Destination Sleep, and thanks to so many of you for making it out to my talk today. I wanted to follow up the presentation just with a short video to benefit those of you who weren't able to make it. So today we talked about some of the common sleep myths and debunking these, and I just wanted to share with you a couple of the big ones for me, or what I think are the most important ones to help get your little ones sleep on track. So the first one is the myth that keeping our babies up more so during the day will help them to sleep better at night, or it doesn't matter if they're cat nappers during the day, that they'll make up for it at night. Unfortunately, this just isn't true. So we want to make sure, in order to give our babies the best quality sleep possible, that we're respecting the amount of sleep that they need during the day based on their age to support their development. So newborns, for instance, 0 to 3 months, we're looking at anywhere from about 14 to 17 hours of sleep over a 24-hour period. Infants 4 to 11 months, we're looking at closer of 12 to 15 hours. And then toddlers, we're looking at 11 to 14 hours. So what you want to do is make sure that you're giving your baby the age appropriate amount of day sleep, which will actually help them at night. So it seems a little counterintuitive, but the reality is that the more rested they are based on some amazing naps during the day, the more rested they'll be at night, and the easier it will be for the baby to fall asleep and also sleep through the night. Because when we're working with an overtired child, what happens is that night sleep is actually a lot more restless if they're not sleeping enough during the day. So just remember the expression, sleep begets sleep. Keep your little ones rested, and this should definitely help to get them sleeping better at night. The next myth that we talked about was with regards to naps, and that all naps are made equal and it doesn't matter where baby sleeps or when they sleep. This is true at the beginning when they're newborns, because what's great about a newborn is that they're portable and we can take them anywhere and everywhere they sleep, and we're just really not on a schedule, because it's impossible to put a newborn on a schedule given that circadian rhythms aren't yet developed. However, when your baby is at about 4 months old and able to be put on a day sleep schedule, you absolutely want to be a little bit more mindful about where your baby is napping and what time they're napping at. And the reason being is that you want to give your baby the best quality sleep possible in order to support the development. So a couple of key things to keep in mind are, one, that both the morning and the early afternoon nap ideally should take place at home in the baby's regular sleep space. So it normally should be a crib, and if they're younger than 6 months, typically that would be in the parent's bedroom. So the reason being is that we want the familiar environment, and two, we don't want any motion, because sleep without motion is what's going to give your baby a higher quality sleep. You also want to be careful about the times that you're putting your baby down. So the timing of sleep doesn't matter so much, or at all for that matter, when they're newborn, because all that we're considering is their awake time, which typically for newborn would be anywhere from 45 minutes to about an hour and a half. But once we get to, again, the 4 month range, which is the second sleep milestone when day sleep starts to fall into place, you do want to be careful about when you're putting your baby down. So babies should be awake by 7 in the morning. The first nap should take place, meaning a put down time of anywhere from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. The second one would be 12:30 until 1 o'clock. And you just want to make sure to be catching the sleep waves at those times, which again would help baby to settle more easily for sleep. And typically babies even sleep longer if we put them down at those ideal times. So just be careful about where your baby's sleeping and when they're sleeping, and you'll be sure to give your babies the best quality sleep possible. The last one that I wanted to mention is with regards to bedtime and the myth that a fixed bedtime is the way to go. So this certainly is what I thought years ago, and I just sort of always had that 7 o'clock bedtime in mind once our daughter was on more of a nap schedule during the day. But keep in mind three key points. Bedtime really does need to be flexible, and you want to determine it based on how much your child has slept during the day. So just be aware of what their age appropriate amount of sleep is needed for the day. Two, what was the quality of the sleep during the day? If they got great quality naps at home, baby's going to be more rested at night. If you were out and about, there was a lot of stimulation during the day, baby's going to be more tired at night. So you'll want to go with a bit of an earlier bedtime. And the most important factor is what time did your baby sleep till during the day for the last nap? And bedtime should be calculated based on that. So let's say, for instance, if we're dealing with a 6-month-old that has an awake time of about 2 hours, and if the baby woke up at 3:30 from the cat nap, then we actually would want to go with about a 5:30 bedtime. So don't be alarmed if baby's bedtime is on the earlier end, in somewhere in the fives. That's absolutely age appropriate, and just make sure that it's flexible. So when they sleep later, it means a bit of a later bedtime, and try not to go past 7 o'clock. So I didn't want to take more than a few minutes, so that wraps it up for some of the key points shared today. If you are interested in working together, I wanted to offer something special to Perfit Moms. So I'm happy to offer a 10% discount on any of the services that I offer. So you can check out my website, which is Destinationsleep.ca, for more information on that. And I also wanted to share that exclusively for Perfit Moms, I'll be offering a special bonus follow-up call for anyone who takes a sleep package. So the reason for this is that I really do want to ensure that once our work together, that things stay on track. But inevitably, sometimes things come up. Sleep isn't completely linear. So if you do have any issues that arise or questions after the fact, this half-an-hour bonus call, completely free, will give you the opportunity for us to reconnect and go over whatever it is that you'd like to discuss. So thanks so much, everyone. Best of luck and happy sleeping. Take care.